Hey everybody, welcome to our third lesson of Blueprint. Today we're going to be going over market identification. So just a quick review, last two lessons we went over problem solutions. Today we're going over market identification, and our last lesson will be on user testing. All right, so you can pause the video right now and just ask this question to yourself and think about it. Try to review in your head what exactly do you know about marketing, and maybe that could help you understand this lesson. All right, so three main topics that we're going to cover: target market, total addressable market, and the beachhead market. So first off, let's start off with the target market. What exactly is the target market? A target market refers to a specific group of individuals or organizations that a business aims to reach with its product or services. So basically, this is the main market or the main group of people that a business is selling its product to. So in identifying your target market, there are many different segmentations, or four different segmentations or factors that you can keep in mind. We'll start off with geographic segmentation. This basically involves considering the location of the target market, right? It's pretty self-explanatory. Where exactly is your target market located? What country, what city, how many people are there, what language do they speak, all stuff like that. Next up, we have demographic segmentation. This is a bit more in depth. It covers age, gender, income level, education, marital status, occupation, and more things like that. What type of person, basically, or what state of person is the person that you're marketing towards. Next up, we have behavioral segmentation. Now, this focuses more on the person and how they act and how they buy, right? Or what they buy. It includes customer behavior, habits, brand loyalty, what type of products they use, and how frequent they purchase items, right? So when thinking about behavioral segmentation, it's important to determine, oh, what might my customer's intent be while using this product? Are they a more impulsive buyer, or do they think more before they buy, and which one is more valuable when trying to sell our product to them? And finally, for our fourth type of segmentation, we have psychographic segmentation. And this basically encompasses factors relating to personality, lifestyle, values, and interests. Basically, what type of person my customer is, right? What are their values? What are their attitudes? What type of personality do they have? And basically, with these four, when determining all of this, once you have all of this listed out, you can really visualize what your target market actually is. So here's a quick example of a target market, right? And we do this through market segmentation, and this is with the company of Amazon. So you can read it right here and pause the video, but I'll go through it really quickly. First off, we can go through the demographic segmentation. Right, for Amazon, you have ages 18 to 60, with 45% in the 35 to 49-year-old group. Amazon is very broad, has a very broad target market. So you can see you have people that are single, young, married with children, or retired. And the average annual household income of people who use Amazon is $85,000. Amazon is very broad. It's, let's say, if you have another app like a dating site or something like that, then the demographic segmentation will be a lot less broad. It'll mainly, obviously, just be single people. Next up, we have psychographic segmentation. There are many different types of personality types, like resigned, struggler, aspire, as you can read on the slideshow. These are basically the different types of people that Amazon targets. We have geographic next. Now, this is pretty self-explanatory for Amazon, as it is a very global company. So almost anyone living from all parts of the world can be targeted by Amazon. And finally, we have behavioral segmentation. Amazon looks for loyal and opportunistic customers. um, in their target market who shop frequently. Or as you can see here, here's some statistics: 48% with Prime buy at least once a week, and 74% every few weeks. So Amazon's target market is mainly people who shop frequently or people who buy more impulsively. And yeah.
All right, so now that we've talked about the details of a target market, let's get into the different types of markets. So first we have the primary market, and the primary market for products refers to the initial target market or customer base that a company identifies and sells its products to directly. Now, the goal of the primary market is to focus on a company's marketing and sales efforts. And once again, the primary market represents the core customer segment of that the company is aiming to serve. Some common characteristics of the primary market are that they're usually composed of customers who have a strong need for a certain product. And because they have such a strong need, they'll usually be more likely to buy the product. Here's a great quote by Seth Godin that really puts you in the right mindset when trying to identify your primary market. It says, don't find customers for your product, find products for your customers. This quote is really trying to say that it's important to consider what your customer needs when designing the product, rather than designing the product first and then trying to determine where to sell it. Once again, the goal of business and entrepreneurship is to really solve product problems in this world. Next, we have the secondary market, and the secondary market refers to a different customer segment that a company may target after successfully penetrating its primary market. So companies may explore secondary markets when they have fully saturated their primary market and when they want to expand their customer base. Now, unlike the primary market, customers in the secondary market aren't as in need of the product. They're usually people who would benefit from the product, um, but they're not, they don't urgently need it. So now take a moment, pause the video, and discuss amongst yourself what are the differences between a primary and secondary market. Okay, so here we have a video that's actually linked on our website. So after this presentation, you can go ahead and take a look at it. But this video really summarizes everything that we've talked about so far with target market and the primary and secondary market. So now that we've talked about the different types of markets, let's focus on who businesses sell to. So the first one we have here is business to consumer, or B2C. And this involves a business selling a product directly to individual consumers. Now, most businesses are like this. If you think about iPhone companies like Apple or Samsung, they sell their products directly to people. Next, we have business to business, also known as B2B, and this involves a business selling their product or service to other businesses, and this is often done in bulk. Now, you may be familiar with Microsoft and their operating system called Windows. Microsoft actually sells that operating system to a lot of different companies, such as Dell and HP, and that is a great example of business to business. Next, we have business to government, also known as B2G. And this model involves businesses who specialize in selling certain products to government agencies at various levels. Now, a couple great examples of this are both oil and infrastructure. A lot of construction companies end up working for the government. So they sell their service of building buildings and infrastructure to the government. Next, we have business to employee, also known as B2E, and this involves a business providing products or services to their employees. So, for example, if a company offers some sort of platform for managing your time better or scheduling events, they might try to sell that to their employees, and that's a great example of business to employee. Next, we have business to nonprofit, also known as B2N. And this involves a business working closely with a nonprofit organization by donating or providing services or volunteer support. Now, here in the United States, we have a nonprofit known as Second Harvest, which focuses on providing food to people who are less fortunate. And oftentimes, big grocery stores will work directly with them and donate food to Second Harvest so they can then donate to people who need it. That's a great example of business to nonprofit.
All right, so now we're going to go over a couple of important terms. First off, we'll start off with total addressable market. So total addressable market can also be called the total available market, and it's typically used to reference the revenue opportunity available for a product or service. So in other words, if every single person who could potentially find value in a product or solution purchased using it, how big would that market be? That's kind of a question that you should ask yourself when you're trying to figure out the total addressable market. This is very useful in determining the maximum size of the opportunity for a particular product or solution. And next up, we'll be moving on to the beachhead market strategy. So this involves focusing on entering a new market by initially targeting a small, well-defined segment. So basically what you're doing is you're targeting a very small portion of your primary market or your target market, and you're slowly, through intensive efforts, expanding your market as you go on. So you're testing your product with a small subsection of people in your target market, then you expand, then you expand, and then you expand again. And this is very helpful in basically growing your business in a gradual but steady way and learning at the same time what your target market wants. And yeah, that's it. Hopefully you guys learned something new, and I'll see you in our next lesson about user testing.